Alan, you and I saw a movie called The Housemaid last night. It stars Sydney Sweeney as a woman down on her luck. She applies for a job uh, as a housemaid, a live-in housemaid, and Amanda Seyfried plays the matriarch of the household of a very rich household, by the way. The Winchesters. You've even got a big W on the gate. And Sydney Sweeney's character, Millie, she's out on parole. She spent 10 years in prison. She's trying to leave the past behind and rebuild her life. She's living out of her car. She just needs a job. And she applies for this live-in housemaid job. She meets Andrew Winchester, the husband, played by Grandin Sklenar. Not sure about the pronunciation. He's rumored to be playing Batman in James Gunn's DCU. We'll see what happens with that. But something is weird about Nina Winchester. She may be a psychopath. She gives Millie jobs to do, then changes her mind. She's asking her to do things, then say, I never asked you to do that. Something scary is afoot and things go awry. And we won't go into heavy spoilers, but everything is amped up when suddenly Millie begins an affair with Andrew. All will be revealed. We won't go further than that, but things get flipped. What we see may not be real or might not be the truth. Sydney Sweeney, it's weird. Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried in this movie, they kind of look alike.
Yeah.
They're both attractive blonde women of around maybe Amanda Seyfried is a little older.
I think there's a point to that.
Yeah. They kind of look alike. But what do you think of this thriller mystery, The Housemaid, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk about it because there's a big moment in the film that I don't even want to hint at.
Right.
But what I liked about the film was the tone of the first half. Because there's the audience that I was in was laughing and having a great time with basically the tone of the first half of the movie is like a Lifetime movie, an amped up Lifetime movie in terms of the music, in terms of the way people act, in terms of the way the story plays out. It's intentional, and the audience I was with really into it, and I was really into it. I struggle with it only in the sense of, the fact that this movie came out today and not 10 years ago or 10 years from now. And I'll just leave it at that. It feels like this was the wrong year to bring this movie out. So if I were to jump in a time machine, carry this movie with me and watch it 10 years ago, it's like I had a pretty good time with it. It's definitely a movie for females. I think women will respond to this movie far more than men will. My audience was mostly women, and they were just loving it. And this story really hits every movie you ever sat in with women who love it, and then you were just sitting there wondering what the hell. So I actually like this movie. I think there's a lot of framing you have to do when you watch it to not let current times infect it, but ultimately I had a good time. But it's a movie that if you want to impress a girl, take her to see this movie.
This is a bad movie. This film, it's a bad movie, but it knows what it is. It knows it's a bad movie. It's over the top. Every bad decision is made. There are multiple nude scenes with Sydney Sweeney, even scenes where she's dressed casually, but in a much more sexual way.
A lean over,
there's a shower scene. I think more than one shower scene, if I recall. And there is there's definitely, they lean into the erotic thriller nature of this. And it's bad and over the top, but it went too over the top with me with the violence. Was just
Mm,
way more than was needed.
okay.
And the sort of flipping the script in the middle of the movie. Um, I just so look, it's there is such a thing as a good bad movie. This could have been it. It was not for me. So I would in I can't believe a movie with Sydney Sweeney nudity. I'm not recommending, but I'm not recommending it. It aspired to be a good bad movie, didn't hit the mark for me. Well, what do you think, Alan?
Yeah, no, I mean, I liked it for the reasons you didn't like it.
Huh.
And like I said, I think this year in particular is probably not the right year that should have come out. Because you want to watch this movie without letting what's going on in the world kind of influence you and frame the way you view it. And I feel like that's what we get accused of with One Battle After Another, is
Mm,
that we're letting modern events influence our opinion of the movie. And I feel like this movie on its own, for what it is actually pretty good. And hell, Sydney Sweeney boobs, come on. That if anything just makes it an automatic good. Um, and it's decidedly a Paul Feig movie as well.
mm.
Tonally, he plays around with tone a lot. There's comedy and drama and horror in it. And I just found myself really engaged with it. And like I said, in a theater full of women, and they were way into this movie.
Well, again, I think it went too far into ridiculous where I didn't believe it.
And I think that was
And
intentional. Yeah.
yeah, but I will say like the ending of the movie
Yeah.
is I'm
Okay.
not going to reveal it.
Okay.
It's
But yeah.
so dumb. It is so dumb and unbelievable. Like with a oh my I
Yeah. I
just
mean, the way they wrap things up was kind of like, oh my God. All right.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
utterly stupid.
But it,
So
but it only
I can't
comprised like 30 seconds of the movie.
I can't recommend it. You know what? I would have gone with a good bad movie, but at least make it believable. And it was just too over the top for me.
Yeah. I would say if you want to impress a progressive girl, take her to see this movie.